if you guys haven't seen, I still have sweatshirts available. I'm going to link down in the description. We have them in red and black, so get them while they last. All sizes are back in. So black and red. I wear the red a lot. Hopefully you can pick yourself up out. The link will be down in the description on eBay, and we'll get them shipped out to you. All right. All right, welcome back. So, if you watched my last video, you'll know I stole the ESC out of my UDR here to convert my daughter's Max to 6S. I just want you to take a look at this controller, how long my UDR has been sitting. So, with that said, I've already done the conversion. Because it's actually a lot of work, and I'm going to explain how I did it. So the first thing I had to do is I grabbed an old steering servo and I clipped off the wire. And the reason I did this, and I know this is bad because I tie a loop in the steering servos when they're bad. So when they're bad, I'll make a knot like that, showing that the steering servo is no good, but I can use it for parts. And that's why I tell everybody, keep your old parts. Don't just toss them. This stuff is valuable. It will save you money in the long run. So with all that said, I had to clip off the wire off the ESC, and I had to extend it using that servo wire. And since it's a Traxxas servos, the colors match, everything matches, so it's not a big deal. And then, if you watched me take this thing out, I got batteries connected underneath. Let me get the Dremel out of the way, because I had to Dremel some stuff too. So, what I ended up doing was, it runs down the bottom of the ESC, then it goes through the chassis right here, and then it runs to the receiver, and then it's normally just laid in here. I taped it just so it lays flat, and to protect it a little bit, but I extended it under the ESC so that you really don't see the extended wires. The motor plugs right in, the lights plug right in. Now when it came time for my XT90s, let me flip it over. Let me get these batteries put in here. So these are my Electron Pros, and these are soft packs. I'll squeeze them down in there. And this is how I'll run it once I get the packs sit in there right. But this is what I wanted to show you. Here's how I plugged them in, and they are secure for now. I do have the bracket coming. I had to pay tremendous for it. It's 3D printed. It's from somebody very rare up on YouTube, and he makes soldering boards that are at $500. So imagine what I had to do to get the bracket made for this thing. Want to say thank you to him as soon as it shows up. But I'm an impatient guy, and I like to get my RCs put back together as soon as possible. So what we're going to do, I'm going to flip this back over. I'm probably going to have to modify that battery tray a little bit to sit in 2 4-packs. I might have to, I don't know what I'm going to have to do. I'll have to do something to get 2 4-packs in here. I might put them down on the sides. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But right now, it plugs in this way, and I'll probably still run it on 6S or find some thinner 4S packs, something to fit in here. But let's grab the remote, my dusty remote. We're going to get this thing powered up. And then it's the same way. The body will sit in here perfectly because it is a Traxxas part. And I wanted the lights and everything to work. So you power it up the same way through the hole back here. And as you see, the lights power up. Steering works, and I'll pick it up. Let's see. You can see the brake lights come on, reverse lights come on. So everything is working. Which is great because I got the bumper kit, the light kit up here, the light that goes in the back with the reverse lights and brake lights, which that's something I wanted to keep on this RC. That's high beam. So I'm going to leave the high beams on because you got to cover up most of this stuff. You can't really get to this button. Now, if you have the little Bluetooth module, you can control it through the module, which I do have a remote that I can control it through the module. And I remember putting in these lights. So let's get it powered off. And that's it. So it's back together. And basically all I did was I had to Dremel out a little bit to get the XT90s to fit through. And then I installed this bracket backwards to push down on the XT90s so they didn't push back through. And it's just kind of wedged in there. I can unbolt the bracket just like factory and pull them out right now, and that'll be fine. But let me flip it over again. They do stick up too high, especially when it comes to putting this cover on when these are plugged in. So let me cover this. When this one is plugged in, it sits up probably a little too high when it's plugged in. So, and it might clear. I don't know. I got to still work on the battery tray deal. So, with all that said, I could probably run a single 8S pack, I would imagine, because that'll be a little bit skinnier than two of these. Yeah, see, I can run a little bit longer pack that's not so tall, which I believe I'm going to grab them to see if they fit in here. I'll be right back. All right, these are my roaring tops, and I think these are a little skinnier. Yeah, not much. Yeah, see, that's awfully tight. I don't think the second one will slip in there. Yeah, it will. That's going to be awfully tight. So, I'll still have to play with battery choices for this thing. But I can probably modify this a little bit and get a couple of these roaring tops to fit up in there. I don't know if I'll be able to get this holder back on, but I think if I remove this holder and just get the other cover to sit on, it would probably work. So that's something that I still got to work on. But meanwhile, I know I can run it on the dual 6S and then work on the 8S setup. So we're going to get the interior put back in and that kind of stuff because I don't like my RCs apart, especially when hardware is everywhere. So I'm going to get this thing cleaned up and we'll be right back. You can see how dirty it is in here. We'll be right back. All right, so got it nice and cleaned up. Any chance you get when this stuff's out, get it cleaned up. We're going to try to get it folded back up in here without damaging it. I can't remember how I got it out. Good thing it's still nice and warm. Because it makes it more flexible. There we go. Sitting back in, nice and perfect. So, now there's 4 bolts that hold this on, and all these bolts seem to be the same. two here. And definitely don't over tighten these. So there's two there and then two in the back. Now the back ones are a little tricky, especially since they were kind of at an angle to get out. That's one. It's like a little opening to get to it. That one wasn't sitting down. There we go. Come on, get off. I'm gonna make sure the other side is sitting on it. Yeah, it's in. Perfect. Now I'm gonna just give the sides a wipe down because they're kind of dusty. I did clean it up, but I didn't clean it up with the body off when I originally ran this thing last, and the dust seems to get everywhere. And then I sprayed this with my Insta-Shine back before I stored it, and that's why it looks so glossy. So the other thing I need to do is these channels have got dirt in them. Well, one side does. So we got the interior back in, and on the body, I don't know if I want to squeeze the body back on right now, because this had to be cut out and then it slips on. It's kind of tricky to get on. Gotta go in front of the light bar. There we go, and then you center it. And the sides will sit into the channel. Kind of like that. Oh, I didn't put the roof bar on. Good thing I didn't bolt it down yet. I'm going to just hold this up and get the roof bar in. And I'll end up with an extra piece at the end. And I'll be wondering why. So just like that, and then there should be 4 bolts somewhere on the table. Here we go. Two of them are in. Get this one right through the window. And then this back one. There we go. So those 4 are in. Let's get it sitting down right again. These have got to sit into this channel. On both sides. Like that. There's 2 in the top. body, I think, off from, or a bunch of clips out of one of my RCs. My K&N edition, 2-stroke, and I haven't put the clips back in. And I know I keep running across them. I keep saying, I gotta put those clips back in. This is a really nice RC for scale, and just the quality of the build on this thing, body, everything is just awesome. Now I've run mine and it's got some battle scars that I've buffed out, but for the most part it's still pretty clean. So 2 more on this side, and that's it for the screws. And we'll get the tires put back on. And these are really working tires. And there's one screw that holds them down in the center. When you get them right. There we go. And that's why these don't come flying off. It's because they're bolted down. And there we go. My UDR is all back together on 8S, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to wait for that 3D printed part to come in, and then I'm going to probably work on finding some batteries that'll fit into this thing. I think that's going to be the next biggest challenge. Converting this thing to 8S is getting batteries to sit in it without fully cutting this thing up, which is something I don't want to do. But there we go. UDR is back together. So like, comment, subscribe. That's how you do it. My UDR is on 8S now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on my next video. All right, well, if you guys haven't seen, I still have sweatshirts available. I'm going to link down in the description. We have them in red and black, so get them while they last. All sizes are back in. So black and red, I wear the red a lot, and hopefully you can pick yourself up one. Check it out. The link will be down in the description on eBay, and we'll get them shipped out to you. All right.